Yes, people, never a foul. As you can see, I'm in my gown. My hair looks like crap, but do I care? No, because who was up at 4 a.m? Not many of you. But yeah, look, big up everyone that's here. Please make sure you like the video if you are a subscriber. I think that's the little minimum amount I could ask. Even if you're watching this back, if not, subscribe if you like the content. Give it a try if you want. Give it 15 minutes. Maybe look at a timestamp if you're watching it afterwards. But we are joined by, I would call a little bit of a super panel. We got Lewis in the building, LB, flying high. It's LB. And then obviously we've got Tunnel TV as well. Please go check some of their reactions out. Ridiculous. It's Arsenal ones especially, and the Liverpool ones, delusional. We got Traps in the building, ever so. And then obviously Monts as always, but who cares if he's here or not these days. But yeah, Big Six Man's in the building. Hi, Monts. Yeah. Big up everyone. How are you all doing today on a Wednesday? It feels like it's a Tuesday for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like this week is flying by. Don't you think, Lewis?
Yeah, man. It's when I would think that they get midweek football. Yeah, the week just goes so quick, man. Like unreal. It's unreal how quick it goes. But nah, man. Congratulations to Arsenal, first Champions League quarter final in 14 years. Happy and made up for those guys. You know what I mean? GG's to them. We will be there. And yeah, man. I'm chilling. I'm calm.
We saying Chaps, man. We saying Kunle. I don't know if Kunle can even get off one of his intros at the moment. Maybe like iRobot.
Yeah, these things struggling still. But yeah, man.
It will be here.
Oh, good, man. Oh, good. I'm here. We're here, man.
Because you know what's
I'm scared. I'm scared to try my intro, bro. I'm scared.
Okay, I can
cut out or something.
Can hear you, man.
Oh yeah, now my people, it's your hella dark skin man from motherland. Because I'm looking hella dark skin on this screen right now. If you didn't know before, today you go understand. I don't like all this Lewis stuff. LB, mate, LB. I know him as LB, so let's keep it LB. Yeah. And why did you have to send a shot in your intro, bro? Why are you worried about us?
What do you mean I'm worried about it?
You know what you did, bro. Nah, bro, that was a backhanded congratulations. I saw him yesterday on the street. He was like, "Oh, they're celebrating like they won the Champions League." I saw you, LB.
Bro, I was just congratulating you, yeah, to say congratulations. It's been a long time. It was honest congratulations.
Yeah, you're genuinely happy for us, yeah.
I'm over the moon, man. Serious.
I appreciate it. I take it. I appreciate it.
Come on, man.
Oh man, someone time out Jack Napier, please. I can't be bothered. He's just a little jar, and honestly, get a life, mate. Yeah, Monch, you're kind of quiet.
No, bro.
Yeah.
What? Wait. Oh my God, I'm quiet now, Cat. Did you even say anything else now? Do you want me to be like this the whole time on the street? What do you want me to do, bro? You know?
I mean, I wouldn't mind as long as it's I can understand. You know.
Anyway, I don't know. Hey, Arsenal, you guys done your thing. I think this is great for their mentality. What I would say is I feel like it's very easy to rattle rival fans and rattle Arsenal fans at the moment. I feel like no one wants them to kind of be happy about their win. Where at the same time, they want to be praised almost for like getting through the round of 16. I think it's a bit of both. I just think that it's a young team and they ain't really used to this UCL thing. So that's why they don't look the same when it comes to the Champions League, which is fine. They got through. That's what that matters. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's knockout football. That's it.
I have a question.
Go on.
Did Kaz, did you just ask Monts anything about Arsenal just now?
No, I didn't. But obviously the topic will go towards that. But
that's the topic, bro.
You know, it's for me. Yeah, I'm on your side a little bit today. Yeah, because it's like your team's got no experience. What else is there? You got no heritage. You're gonna struggle against Porto. Some said that, not all, by the way. A lot of people did think he was gonna go through in different fashion. You know, all these you musts, and then all of a sudden say, oh, but you're expected to anyways. So which one is it? Do you get what I mean? A little bit.
Because it's the same thing with us all the time. Like, as Arsenal fans, I literally don't know what rival fans want from us anymore. Do you want us to enjoy the moment? Do you want us to just say we're just in it for the show? Do you want us to say, oh, we're bottlers? Like, what do you want from us? Literally, I don't know anymore, because no matter what reaction they get out of us, they're upset. So Arsenal fans out there, just enjoy yourself, enjoy the moment. Don't look for validation. Don't look for praise. Don't let them rattle you. Just enjoy the moment. Life is about living in the moment. And right now, we've gone on an 8-game winning streak in the Premier League. We just got to the next round of the Champions League. Enjoy yourselves, man. We're not talking about winning this, winning that just yet, because we're not in May. So there's no need to talk about winning anything yet. Let's just enjoy each of the steps that we're taking, isn't it?
Yeah, we're not also going to talk about that. We've got Man City talk. Obviously, I think it's only right to mix in Man City talk with Arsenal when it's Champions League. Sorry, Liverpool, a little bit. You're not there. You're with my club. You're not there, but you're in another competition on a Thursday. But obviously, to mix in, obviously, Ederson's out for a while, and I want to see what LB has to say. A lot of people got quite a bit of belief in Ortega, and I think he's a really good replacement for Manchester City. Anyways, comfortable, probably a better shot stopper right now. But I want to know what LB thinks, obviously, on that part and everybody else, if it affects a little bit of their games, maybe since they've got an Arsenal coming up, potentially. If is Ederson that much of a blow? Because I think last season he was the best goalkeeper in the Champions League by country mile. Let's be real. I don't think he gets enough praise, and obviously he gets a bit. No. Ederson was the best. Yes, Onana had a very good final, but Ederson was the best. But yeah, look, we're going to talk about Arsenal first. They knock out Porto at the Champions League. I'm going to start. You know what, Kunle, you might as well start it off a little bit. You know, what did you make of the game personally? Like your performance.
Look, I won't lie to you. The game went exactly how I thought it was. I told after the 1-0, I told everyone that it's going to go to penalties, and I was nervous. If it went to penalties, I was nervous of another Lisbon situation happening. But they literally played for the draw, literally, or played for like closing up shop and then nicking one on the break. And they nearly had a masterclass. Luckily, we got a nice little cheeky goal before the end of the first half, which calmed the nerves of the fans a little bit. But as Porto had little spells in the game where they troubled us, but defensively, we were immense from start to finish, I believe. Odegaard, incredible, not in terms of like he wasn't overly created, but he was leading the press in the 110th minute. It was crazy. Like literally, he was running non-stop up and down. The definition of leading by example. So great game, and also Raya. With the Raya thing, there was a lot of debates. Is he right? Is he not? Like for me, after we got Raya, my attitude was, this is Arteta's man. No matter what I think of him, he was the man he wanted before Ramsdale in the first place. He became available and he went out and got his man. So he had a bit of a shaky start, but I can see what he brings to the team. And mate, I would never have expected him to get so close to all those penalties as short as he is, but he managed it, and he nearly saved 3.
He's got T-Rex arms, you know. I've realized.
Yeah,
like, he's got some short-ass arms for a goalkeeper. But yeah, LB, what about you? What do you think about make Arsenal? Because there's obviously, if we're gonna go off the consensus of online people, not us online. When I say online, I mean Twitter, Instagrams, stuff like that. Is that it doesn't matter who asked. Like Arsenal going to get knocked out because they're going to get Real Madrid next or Inter Milan next. But wouldn't these sort of teams kind of like suit an Arsenal anyways? Regardless, I think Porto just tried their best to do a game plan and it didn't work. A bit like Man United against you lot in a way.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like that's the big unknown. Yeah, no one knows. Like you know, Arsenal fans can come with chess and say, "Yo, bring on Real Madrid" and that, but like no one actually knows, man, because they've not faced a team like that for a long time. So. I want Arsenal to get a good team. I want them to get like an Inter Milan or Real Madrid or whatever. You know what I mean? Because I want to see what their level is in the Champions League. I mean, last night wasn't particularly convincing. You know, it wasn't like Porto sat on the edge of the box for 90 minutes and made it extremely difficult. I thought Arsenal was.
They did, bro. They did.
No, they didn't know, did they? They didn't sit there on 90 minutes making it extremely difficult. Like they tried to play it a couple of times. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, they weren't playing open, expansive football against you, but it wasn't like full sitting back. They tried to play at times. So yeah, listen, I don't know. Arsenal at the moment, you know, they're doing well. They're doing extremely well. Can they keep it going in both competitions? That's another question that they'll have to answer in the next months. But you can't take anything away from them, man. They're performing well. They're getting the result. You know, people can moan about last night and say, "Oh, it wasn't great," which it wasn't. But who cares? They got through to the next round. That's all it's about for me. So, yeah, I want to see Arsenal get a big team, not because I want to see them get knocked out. I ain't asked about that. I just want to see how they perform against like a experienced team in that competition, man. So Yeah, all eyes on Friday, isn't it?
LB, I'm with you, to be honest, because in both legs of that tie, we looked nervous, and a more experienced team could really capitalize on those nerves. So I like what I saw in these two ties. I don't believe we have what it takes to win the Champions League just yet in terms of the mentality. I don't think we have it, but obviously enjoy the ride. And yeah, just as you said, if we do get a big team in the next round, when we do get a big team in the next round, because we're more or less guaranteed one, except maybe a Dortmund or a PSV to an extent. But it's going to be a real challenge for us to see what we do over two legs. But what I saw against Porto doesn't arm me with the confidence that we've currently got what it takes to go all the way. But we're in it, so let's enjoy it.
Yeah. By the way, guys, 11 minutes in, please, if you're hearing my voice and you haven't done so, just a reminder, remember, I don't even ask a lot through the show because, frankly, I just can't be bothered. But please like the video. It goes a long way, as you know. And also subscribe to LB. I'm going to post everyone's stuff in the pinned and it's in the description. So you can find people in an instant if you wish, if you like the way they talk. LB also does watch-alongs. He's not just Man City. He does watch-alongs and he does other little bits and bobs. He laughs at Saeed occasionally. So if you like that, then there you go, man. And then obviously Tunnel TV, absolute mayhem over in Nigeria. Let's put it like that. I was going to ask Traps something quick. Traps, how do you think Arsenal would fare against a better side? Like your Real Madrids, your PSGs. Be subjective of it if you wish. If you have a team maybe Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, if they go through. I think if they did go through.
I don't know. I don't know. The thing is with Arsenal is that like they have a way to play, and if you disrupt that way to play, they have trouble dealing with it. So it just depends. But I do think like teams like Real Madrid, obviously the cities and that. I mean, over the two legs and that, even Inter Milan over the two legs. That's where Arsenal will I don't know if Arsenal will try and play the same game twice. Like they'll try and play their way twice, and I think that's where they'll come unstuck. Because if you look at City last season, they went away from home and just tried to get a draw. Do you know what I mean? That was the game plan, drawing away from home and then beating everyone in the backyard. I mean, if Arteta adapts that kind of philosophy, he'll have a better chance. To be honest with you, but I don't think you can turn around and say flat out Arsenal will get battered by Real Madrid or battered by Inter or battered by anyone in the Champions League at this present moment in time. But you could just say, based off what you saw yesterday, I mean, I've heard talking, but I just think that people are not giving credit to Porto. They're going like Porto went and then shithouse their way for a draw. That's not what the case was, because in the first 10 minutes, I think Porto had like 62% possession, and they was trying to bring it to them in the first sort of 10 minutes. And yeah, they didn't. I think you have to give them credit at the end of the day. Like they had their game plan, they executed it. Obviously, it took a bit of Odegaard magic for it to break the deadlock. And
That was
the difference. That was the difference at the end of the day. It wasn't like Arsenal dominated them and missed a bag of chances, because Porto had chances as well. So I feel like it should, if anything, for the players themselves, yeah, and the actual coaching staff and them celebrating, yeah, they'll do that all day. It's an achievement, because they, like you said, they haven't been in the quarterfinals for 14 years. But obviously, as a fan, I'd be taking that as a warning that this shit ain't easy, mate. You can't be expecting to just go to places and beat this one and beat that one. Yeah, you can enjoy the ride, like Kunle said, but yeah, man, I think you just have to give Porto a bit of credit, because Porto didn't shit house. They didn't play stinky football and think at the end of the day they didn't play expansive football. But at the end of the day, they had a game plan and they executed it. So and they took it to penalties. Bearing in mind, yeah, the main centre back is the same age as the manager at Arsenal. So do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I was gonna say, Odegaard reminds me of a little bit. And I've kind of clocked who it is now. I'm not saying he's as good as him, but there's the potential's obviously there, in my opinion. You know, he reminds me, remember, I didn't say he is, but he reminds me a little bit about like David Silva. Like David Silva, the way he glides and some of the passes that he makes.
I see what you mean in terms of his movement.
He's not a goal scorer, but he's a controller. Like, do you get what I mean? He can drop deep, go a bit further. Young David, but But young David Silva, I can't lie, young David Silva though, nowhere near that level. You know that one that was in. Remember the young one that was
When
further
he was
forward?
playing on the wing.
Yeah. You
playing
know,
the wing.
that one
He
was
was,
more than brazy. More than brazy.
Yeah.
Like, he kind of just plays like him. Doesn't mean he is him, innit? I'm just saying that. It's just the way he
I hear
glides. So that's just the
that assist. I don't know because I had to quickly do something, but like I don't know if you spoke about that assist, yeah. But that assist was world class.
He's done it before though this season.
No, but not like that. Not like that. Like that was straight sauce. I could watch that assist 100 times and not get bored. It's the intelligence, the awareness, the weight of pass. Yeah, cool. The finish was cute. Touch and finish was cute, but that there is what has put Arsenal through to the next round, because I don't think Arsenal score a goal unless it's a moment of brilliance in that game. I think we know that Porto brought the game to them. I think the possession was quite equal after the end of the game. So for me, I felt like Porto were always going to be very resilient and stubborn. So it took a moment like that to get the goal, and that moment there, I nearly stopped. Bro, I nearly stood up and like I was in shock. Because I know Odegaard can do these type of things, but like in the moment just before halftime, because I think if you go in at halftime at 0-0, I think the Arsenal players get a bit more frustrated. I think Porto were doing a good job in like with the shithousery as well. So it came. I generally think he done it at the perfect time for Arsenal. Stadium erupted.
Good finish.
Brilliant, just a brilliant goal, man.
I big up to his dad, the referee as well, Trossard.
That's what I said as well. Mons. I said if they had any chance, because I was with a few of my pals last night who support Arsenal. I said if you lot have got any chance, you need to score before half time. If you lot don't score before half time, this is going to get very, very, very techie after that.
Yeah, I was going to say this as well. Let me just quickly do this super chat. Aya says the thing with Champions League is that with the winning team doesn't always have to be the best playing team that dominates bigger teams. Ask Chelsea. I totally agree with that point. To be fair, with Champions League, you don't need to play good football. You really don't. Like I can say many teams that got to a final didn't play good football. Did they win it?
You see the Champions League. You see the Champions League. Yeah, what you need with the Champions League is a bit of luck.
Take notes, Conley.
You need a bit of luck to go with it in the Champions League. Champions League luck needs to always be on your side, because if you look at United, yeah, the two Champions League finals that I've watched, yeah, we didn't deserve to beat Bayern in the first one. That's a fact. Bayern should have beat us like 5-0, 5-1, 5-2.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you watch and the one with Chelsea, obviously, the John Terry slip is the one that decides it. That's the one that decided it to be like that gave us the extra life. So you always need a bit of luck in the Champions League at the end of the day. And things
not called Slippy T though. Bit annoying. Anyway, sorry.
But the thing is, like you always need a bit of luck in the Champions League for you to win it. And like even things like if you saw in the first leg, where Porto hit the post or whatnot, and ideally that should have made it 2-0. Things like that go a long way in the Champions League. So you always need a bit of luck. So there's no team you can turn around and say, look, this team dominates, because we've done it with PSG for years. Where we used to think PSG, they've bought this player, they've bought that player, they should go far, and they just go out on some suspicious circumstances.
That's who I want, to be honest. That's who I want.
So
PSG.
Yeah, so it's at the end of the day, you always need a bit of luck to go to in the Champions League. To be fair,
yeah. Let me ask you, will be something quick, because I need to dip because I need to quickly pray. And anyone else in there, yeah, make sure you check your times. But what's it called? Daps even said something. I was watching it with Daps, and then he even said like this was like a different kind of Arsenal that we haven't seen. Like they looked like there was a bit of a mentality shift within the players. Like it was an ugly win. But even in the field, they weren't being little fairies. They were giving it as much as Porto were giving it. Do you get what I mean? Like there's something seemed a little bit different about that Arsenal in that game. And it's not even to gas them up a little bit too different, but there's moments where things shift for certain teams, in my opinion. A bit like your team last season, after the charges, and all that crap, right? There's just that shift. And then before you know it, through the roof, battering everyone. Not saying that they're going to go on and batter everyone, but it looked like boys turned to men yesterday, in my opinion. Regardless of the result, I feel like that Arsenal of last year would have went out. I don't know what
I agree. No, I agree, man. I think, you know what, like, the way Arteta's got these players playing this year, which might not be, I know it's a bit weird to say it now, but might not be quite as entertaining as last year, despite the fact that they've just been slapping goals in. It's more suited to the Champions League, 100%. Because you can't, like, Chaps is right, man. Champions League, you need that little bit of luck, but you've also got to play the occasion. Yeah, and like not try and if you go out on the pitch and say, we're better than these, you'll lose. Yeah, because that's not how the Champions League. I say all the time, yeah, I think Champions League is a completely different sport, man. Almost to the Premier League, yeah. Premier League, 9 times out of 10, the best team on the pitch wins, yeah. We get a shock every so often. And the table proves that, yeah. No one loses in the top 3. Champions League, you need that little bit of luck. And the moments, man. The moments are because you're always going to get a couple of chances in the game, yeah. You've got to make sure that when you get the chances, yeah, you put the ball in the back of the net. And you also need your goalkeeper to have a good game. You look at Liverpool against Real Madrid in the Champions League final. Liverpool created bare chances. Courtois was on a mad one. Last year, you know, Inter Milan had chance after chance to equalise. Ederson pulled off some mad saves and we ended up winning the game. Like, so you need to make sure that in the moments, yeah, Arsenal, yeah, they put the ball in the back of the net. Like Trossard got his chance. He had to score. He scored. And then the keeper, David Raya, at the other end, does his job. And then everything in the middle, the defenders, the midfielders, the wingers tracking back, it's about eliminating the bozo moments and just controlling the game, trying to not get too emotional. You kind of need to make Champions League games boring now. Yeah, and that's kind of sad to see as a watcher. But like, if you're playing Champions League knockout game and it's an entertaining match, probably not the way to go, bro. Yeah, you got to dull the game down. You got to, and maybe at home slightly different. You can maybe go at them a little bit more, but in the away games, you just got to box off. I remember last year we went to Leipzig, yeah, and we drew 1-1, and we was all gutted after the game. All the City fans were like, "Damn, that was ass. We were shit in that game." And Pep Guardiola come out after the game and said he just seen all the players in the dressing room and they were all down, and he said, "What are you all down for? That was a great result. Let's go back to the Etihad and smash them." What do we do? Went back to the Etihad and smash them. So the away game, get in there, get out with no damage, come back to the home stadium and do it, man. You know, I just think that the Champions League, it might have always been the same. It's a different
animal.
Yeah, you know what it is, yeah? Especially since the away goals have gone. Yeah, there's no need to go to the away game now and score a goal. Like this is the difference with the away goals. I preferred it with away goals. Do you
prefer it without the away goals?
Oh, bro, I think the away goals, man, made the game so much more interesting. Because you know Porto yesterday, if they've got away goals, their whole game plan yesterday is different. Completely different, bro. Because they're going into that game thinking, we score that first goal, it's chalked, bro. Game's over.
Yeah,
so they're not sitting back a little bit. They're going, boom, let's go for it, man. Because if they go 1-0 up, Arsenal got to score 3 goals. 3. So I just think I've said it for time. And by the way, we never benefited once off away goals. We got knocked out 3 times on away goals. We never ever went for away goals. I'm not even saying it because like it benefited me. I've seen us be painfully knocked out, but I just think away goals, man, was so much more interesting, man. And a lot of people don't agree. But I just like
unless it happens to your team, it's interesting to watch. But if your team gets hit with it, you're like, oh fucking hell, man.
Yeah, we've been knocked out 3 times.
It was not. I don't even think it was if your team got hit by it. We knew what it was going into the game. So you go, oh, cool. Like prior to the game, you're going, yeah, these man can't back or we're done. These man cannot back. Otherwise, we are fucked. So,
or you go to the away ground thinking, if we nick an away goal, then boy, we're set up for like the home game.
Well, look at this chat. Look at this chat in the chat here from Andy. It's facts. Away goal rules brought in to stop teams parking the bus away from home. And what we seen, what did Trapp say earlier on? City just went away last year. I didn't park the bus, but like we weren't that interested. We weren't that interested about going full send. So it probably has made it a little bit slightly more boring. Everyone's just got the same strat. Yeah, go away.
The thing with away goals, yeah. The thing is with away goals is that for the fan, it's more exciting, yeah. But if you think about it like this, yeah, it's like you know when people were saying that about the rules, and it's like, say for instance, you go away from home, you get a draw, yeah, and then you come home and you get a draw. And then basically you get that extra time, and then they score that goal. And then they score a goal, and it counts as an away goal. Do you get what I'm saying?
That one was bollocks. That part was crazy.
I think that's what it is. I think that is rather than them having the away goals for the away goal rules scrapped, what they should have done is said in extra time, that's when it scraps.
Yeah,
See what I mean?
I agree with that one. I think that's a fair rule
100%.
change. Because then
Do you remember
effectively, that team, sorry, just quickly, that team who's got the second leg away, they're actually getting like a mad benefit because they've got an extra 30 minutes.
half an hour.
Yeah, so I agree with that.
Yeah, just by default, it's crazy.
But they just scrapped the whole thing. They just said, bro, listen, there's no away goals, so there's no benefit for no. I think that is generally what the argument was that basically whoever plays away in the second leg gets an extra 30 minutes. So they just said to scrap the whole thing, which makes it makes sense in their mind, because at least then there's no advantage for you. I don't think it's to stop people from parking the bus. I think it's genuine to stop people having that 30-minute advantage. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear it. But do you remember them away team? They won 1-0 away from home, come back home, and the home team go 2-0 up. And they're like cruising, and it's like the 85th minute, and it's like 2-1, and like all hell breaks loose. It's crazy. So it was so much more exciting with the away goal for sure, man. 100%.
Right, because you can go, you can win at home, 1-0, or effectively you can win at home 2-0, or no, you can win away. No, how does it work again? So you can win at home 2-0.
We could win. So let's say, for example, at Anfield, we could go win 2-0 against Real Madrid at Anfield, Sorry, we could win 2-1. We could win 2-1 at Anfield. So 2-1, comfy. If we was to bag 1 goal, Real Madrid have to score 4.
Or if it's 1-0, if you win 1-0 at home and you go and lose 2-1 at thingy, you go through. You lose 2-1 away.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, because you could literally have 2 home goals, calm. The other team could have 1 away goal. But then if you make it 3-1 on aggregate and score that 1 away goal. Actually, no, because the other team have 1 away goal. Yeah, the other team have 1 away goal. No, you're right.
If you win 1-0 at home, you can go away and lose 2-1 and go through.
Yeah.
So effectively, I think the game plan would have probably been would be for me anyway. If I'm going 1-0 up, I'm going. Yeah, I know that you're gonna have to score 2 goals. Yeah, and at the end of the day, all I know is I have to score 1. So I just that's what I'm playing for. I'm playing for a goal. I'm not playing for. I'm not playing for to win the match. I'm playing for a goal. So I think it kind of eliminates the whole you're playing for a goal. You have to play to win. Do you know what I mean?
No, 100%. That's what I mean. Like, I feel like, as I said, I preferred the away goal because, as I said, the whole game plan, it makes it just so much different from the Premier League. So it's nice to see, like, tactically how managers deal with that. That's why some managers are only good in the Champions League. Like, actually only good at coaching in the Champions League because they know that, like, you know, that you can go into games only needing to score 1 goal, even if you're actually good. And you can comfortably lose the game, comfortably lose the second leg. You can lose 2-1.
That's what I'm saying.
You won the away leg 1-0. So, you know what I'm saying? But
hey, when you got man like Diego Tristan knocking out the Champions League on away goals and that, it's all mad.
You're taking a piss.
Crazy.
You're taking the piss. In the chat, let me know if you guys prefer away goals or you like it, or if you guys prefer, like, you know, what it is now. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you know, just say away goals or no away goals. I just want to kind of see something in the chat. Just going forward as well, I think there's a few performances, obviously, I wanted to speak about. One of the topics was Bukayo Saka and Wendell. They're kind of battled down the right side. I think Saka didn't really get too much joy. Do you think kind of going into the next round, Saka can now learn from this and go, cool, I'm probably going to have to change my game up a bit to get more joy down the right-hand side? Any of you guys kind of think?
He's got to be smarter for me. He's got to be smarter, bro. Like again, Champions League isn't about like, see, because of this whole Saka debate at the moment, yeah. Well, what Saka needs to be careful not to be doing in the Champions League is going, I got to take on, man. I've got to put crosses into the box and put shots off and get goals and get assists. Obviously, that's nice, yeah. But like, again, Champions League has changed. Like, you've got to like just keep the ball dead. The game. He's got to use experience, man. And then when he gets the moment, which he inevitably will, if he's on the pitch for 90 minutes, then take it. I feel like yesterday, first 10 minutes, Saka had that guy on toast. But then as the game went on, like,
he was trying to overdo it, right?
He tried to overdo it. But this is what I'm saying. I think he needed to sort of calm down. I think he was trying to impress almost a bit too much last night, and I think he should have just calm down a little bit. And
let's not keep it a buck, though. Wendell's a good wing back. You know, defensively, he's solid, isn't it? Like, he's a solid 1v1. Like, he's good. One of his best qualities is 1v1 defending.
Saka was toasting him in that first 10 minutes, though, bro. Every time Saka went near him, that guy was falling over.
But the game's 90 minutes long. I think, if I'm honest, that Saka didn't have as bad a game as everyone makes out. I think in a 1v1 sense, he was arse. But his link-up play with Odegaard wasn't too shabby. I think what was the issue was his end product and his 1v1, which obviously are the two main winger traits. Yeah, I know. But his link-up play at times was still okay. And I think if going into, I feel like, he'll probably get more joy actually against a Real Madrid or a Bayern Munich. And hear me out, maybe not so much Bayern Munich, but because with the better teams, their wing backs tend to be worse defensively because they're better offensively. Do you kind of see what I'm getting at? He actually might get.
I hear you, Mons.
He might more struggle.
Listen, you know what Saka's biggest problem?
I'm just saying he might struggle against the Dortmunds and the PSVs a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying? Because maybe they're going to again set up maybe to defend the one-on-ones and to nullify rather than to actually get in behind Arsenal. But he's going to have to learn to impact the game a bit more. I think Trossard was a bit more smart, maybe because of the age as well. I think Trossard was a bit more smarter with his game.
But he went missing in that second half, though. For me, Trossard, I didn't even notice, bro.
Yeah. I don't think either wingers had.
Yeah, the wing play was different. I don't know if you saw the interview at the end of the game. He was talking about the tactics that Arteta said for them to drop a little bit deeper sometimes, and rather than take them to the byline. But yeah, in terms of Saka as well, though, in his defense, as much as he wasn't great yesterday, that you could, let's be honest, like rival fans, like they rate him highly because as soon as he has a little bit of a stinker, they're all over him. So for me shows me how much they really rate him because they expect the best from him every single week. And I get it. He's getting into that realm. I still don't think he's at the world-class level yet. I think he's put in some world-class performances and some world-class numbers. But that world-class thing, you have to do a little bit more for me. So he just needs to get on with his game. It was a one-off 70 minutes of a game that he was off for it. I think he gets back into the game. He's excited to play City in his next competitive game. So let's see how it goes, man.
No,
nobody's looking forward to that one.
Listen, I'll be honest. I'm enjoying this Foden Saka thing because it's like half a week, and a half a week. Last week it was so Saka's got Foden's chains. You can't get your chains back. You dabbing on the rapper when Foden had stinker at Anfield. Now Saka's had the stinker at the Emirates. Now the Foden guy's like, Saka, come get your chains. I love the back and forth, man. I love it. I'll be honest. I think we'll see who. I don't think Arsenal play now though until the 30th. I think is that you guys done now? Right.
That's our next game.
Yeah, that's it, bro. Till City, bro.
Now they're gonna come head to head. So that's gonna be the real Foden.
Hey, we need to take another trip to Dubai before that game. Still,
we'll have to see. As I said, I feel like, bro, your last two performances for me haven't been scintillating. So I think the break will actually. I know people say you guys are on because you've won both games. You guys are on momentum. I feel like a break could help you lot in it. But at the same time, I feel like this is. I don't want to say this game was a humble, but I feel like this game is now. Let some of the Arsenal fans know that we're crying out for the Madrids and the Bayerns, like to just kind of slow down a little bit. Like the Champions League is a bit of a different monster, and even teams like Porto, who are arguably the second worst team on paper, we're not talking about legacy for the moment, but on paper, probably the only team apart from maybe PSV. I think they're probably the worst on paper. For them to come and give the game that they did over 2 legs kind of says that there's still levels to this thing. Take it a step at a time. We'll be shouting for Madrid. Shouting for Bayern in the round of 16. You know what I'm saying?
The fan base is way too extreme, bro.
I think Saka, Saka's biggest problem is the fans, mate. I'll be honest with you, because Saka plays football, like a winger that's in development. He's not the finished article. He plays like someone who is a good winger, but he's still learning. You understand? Yeah. And people calling all these world classes and these things and that, like I said, for me, I'm a big man, but world class for me yeah, it doesn't change every week. You know what I mean? When you're world class, you're world class, and there's no way to. There's no come and get your chains back because that's not what doesn't happen. When you're world class,
your chains are permanent. Your chains are permanent.
You're welcome to the party, and you're in the party with the man. Them, do you know what I mean? You're not. Oh, I just got robbed from my chain. What should I do?
I gave him my chain. I'm getting the next one next week, man. I gave him my chain.
Do you know what I mean? So it's not the world class thing for me. Like I said, the threshold is dropped massively. Saka is a good winger. Yeah, he's a very, very good winger. Foden is a good player. He's a very, very good player. But if we're talking world class and expectations, because people expect like Saka to come out and drop a masterclass every week, and the reality of it is, even players that are world class, like Kylian Mbappe, they don't drop masterclasses every week. So what are you really asking for here? Do you know what I mean? So I just think the fans are Saka's problem. I think if you ask Saka what his thoughts were, I don't think his mind's anywhere near thinking he's world class. He just thinks, you know what, I'm a young, good player. I'm trying to learn my trade, and I'm trying to get better. And I think that's where the fans need to be with him on. Do you know what I mean? Rather than saying all this stuff for their own sort of benefit. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, my winger's world class. Like, it just
all the stats with Ronaldo, Bale, and all that stuff. I'm like, why are you doing this to the boy, man? Like, are you seeing the guys you're comparing do too? Like, let him just focus on his football and get to that world class level, and just leave it at that, man. He's still young.
He's looking world class, but it's not. I wouldn't put the label in it just too yet. Actually, no, I'm putting out. I think Declan Rice is world class, man. I don't care what anyone tells me. I don't need another season of him doing it here and there. The brother is serious. I don't know what any of you think. I think of DMs in the world, or even central midfielders that can even do both. Obviously, he's not Rodri level. Rodri's elite. But I'm saying Mr. Consistency has a clutch gene in him, and I don't think this guy really puts a foot wrong in it. Didn't have to do much work yesterday, in my opinion, either. But when it did happen, after about 20 minutes, clean up merchant, man. But I just, everyone has a different criteria of world class, right? I think you agree with that, LB. I think we've had this conversation before, innit? It'll always be subjective.
Yeah, well, the problem is with the world class thing is that football's fell off.
Yeah.
So right now,
I was wrong about that, man.
Declan Rice is probably world class because football's fallen off. That's no disrespect to Rice. It's just like if we was going back even 10 years ago, 15 years ago, yeah, we'd probably all be saying, oh, he's a great player, but he probably needs another year or two to proper get up there with the elite level midfielders, the Iniestas, these type of players, yeah? Whereas now...
People are too generous now.
These players don't exist. But the thing is, if we're talking about current players, then yeah, you can't say that Rice isn't world-class based on the current players. Because
but do you know what it is as well? Yeah, do you know what it is as well? It's like you see with this whole like situation of world class, good player, whatnot. It's like the Champions League. This world class now is now like basically the round of 16, what they've just thrown into the Champions League where they never used to be there. Because now it's like if someone's world class, you compare him to someone who's actually world class, you say no, he's elite, so he's another level above. So realistically, when people say world class don't mean world class, you know. If there's another level, because when we're saying world class back in the day, we're saying Ronaldinho world class.
That was the level.
Now he's
that was the level, isn't
it? There's always the elite stand on their own take. Like, I mean, they sit at their own kind of table. Then you got the world class type ballers and all that kind of stuff. It's always been there. There's Zidane sits on his own table with the Ronaldinhos and R9s, and then you can go down and say, yeah, you know what, this player or that Del Piero is world class, but he's not on the elite table.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, I hear it. There's a shift as well. You have to shift traps, man. It's the only way, because you can't be calling Ronaldinho world class and then putting Declan Rice or whoever it may be in the attacking world in world class brackets. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Back in the day, there was no talk about no elite. If you was world class, you was with them, man.
Yeah, literally, you're saying that. Yeah,
you was with them, man. If you was world class, you was with them.
You see, the last 20 years has been messed up as well by the whole Ronaldo-Messi scenario. So it's like Messi, Ronaldo, then everyone else as well. Now they've declined. Now they've declined. It's just like everything's so warped.
That's goat talk, and that's goat talk.
That's goat tier, man.
Now, but do you remember when there was a stage where we legit didn't know who the Ballon d'Or winner was going to be? Like, that's been gone for 20 years, more or less. There was like a debate. Like, it could be him. It could be him. Obviously, you younger guys don't really know what I'm talking about, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But that is back now, isn't it? Now that Ronaldo and Messi are, that is back.
You were looking confused. I had to say it.
I was confused.
I was always signing out on my phone, bro. Like,
No, man, that Ballon d'Or thing, that won't change, bro. They'll just pick two. It'll probably be Haaland and Mbappe, yeah, when he goes to Madrid, and that will be the new mainstays now. That's what they do now.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true.
You might get the odd one in there, but don't think you're going to be getting like some fair thing where it's going to be like, oh, you might see someone have a great season, like I don't know, like say for instance, I don't know. Say like I don't know, just for argument's sake, say McAllister you're not gonna get that. You know what I mean? You're gonna get is it Haaland or is it Mbappe? That's it. That's all it's gonna or maybe a Bellingham, or someone like that.
Yeah,
there's gonna be a Ballon d'Or poster boy regardless. I promise you.
Yeah.
No, I hear what you're saying.
Did you do
it's all about
this,
marketing now?
Did you do this super chat?
No.
Litvise, no mentality needed to beat Porto. Imagine it's Real Madrid. I said this. I said this, by the way. Like a team like I'm not saying he would. I don't think they do. I think Bernabeu will be a bit too much for them, but never say never. But I think an attacking team might suit this Arsenal team a lot more. But then again, you never know, man. Some teams just turn up and on the day, and it is a knockout competition. But I think it would suit like a PSG. I would not back PSG to beat Arsenal in any shape or capacity. I think they're washed. Question to the panel: if Arsenal had a chance to win the Champions League, should it be this season? Because next season format, you get an extra 2 games or 4 if you don't qualify. No, I think this. I don't know if you lot agree. I think this season might be a little bit too much beyond their pay grade.
I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah. Like I said it to City as well. I said it to Steve as well, yeah. I said if you lot want to win the Champions League, you better win it before the format changes, mate. Because that format just looks grueling, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It just looks grueling. I'm
kind of embracing it a little bit. I can't lie. I think this Champions League format is. I think it's dead. I like the change. I want to see what it's like.
Maybe what I'd say in Arsenal though, yeah, is like obviously next year, yeah, Real Madrid getting Mbappe, Alphonso Davies, all these sort of players. Like this is a great opportunity to win it because you look around the standard of Europe, man. It is dead. It is completely dead. I mean, look at Barcelona. That's just, I feel sorry for that club. Yeah, it's finished club almost. So this is a great opportunity for them to win it because when next year, like obviously you'd expect City to go big. Like our transfer window this year was poor. You'd expect City to go big this transfer window. Real Madrid are going to be crazy when they get Mbappe, man. So I think this is the year that they need to full send it. But the problem is they also need to full send the Premier League as well. So
a lot of these teams aren't at their best right now.
Definitely can't.
Bayern Munich are going through a time where their managers leaving at the end of the season.
Buying that ass, bro. Buying that ass, man.
Same with Barcelona. The only thing I would say right now is that everyone's doing this whole buying the ass Barcelona shit. In the Champions League, we've just seen Porto do what they do in it. Barcelona know they're not winning the league. Yeah. Bayern are pretty made up that it's not likely they're 10 points behind or 9 points behind with 10 games to go. Whether they're looking to win the league, it's not looking likely. The worst thing you want to do at times is buck these guys, is meet these guys in the champs when they only have the champs to play for.
It's true. It's like meeting them kind of. You see, when you're out of the like big teams, out of leagues and that, like so out of winning the league and whatnot. Yeah, you. It's basically like like playing teams at like the end of the season when they need 3 points for survival and things like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's like playing relegation fodder.
Man, that's something to really back to. This is the one thing for them to ball out for. We got to the Champions League final and we were 4th place. We finished 4th. We weren't competing for no league.
But you know what we did? You know what we're kind of doing no more slightly though. We talk about everyone else's transfer window. A year later, Saliba Gabriel partnership gets better. A year later, Ben White just becomes consistent anyways. Not saying he's the greatest thing in the world, but he's been quite consistent, I'd say. Next year, they're going to probably go get a striker. Another year, Saka gets better. Another year, Declan Rice gets better. Another year, Odegaard gets better. People forget how young these men are. Mm-hmm. And then before you know it, what about if Arsenal get a couple bad boy additions? And all of a sudden, it's like, nah, you know what? I know Real Madrid might get Mbappe now, but these men are getting, let's say, Barella, for instance, or something. Last person you want to buck is a team like that with a squad like that. as well at the same time.
But then, as I said, bro, that depends obviously what they do and how far they go this
No,
year.
no, of course, but that's
the heritage. Yeah, but we're talking about quality or not. Yeah, but if you want to run the heritage thing, which is what you guys.
Yeah. All right, if you're talking on that part, then fair play. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like I'd say that is more. You can apply that more to the Premier League. Like then Arsenal because I think Arsenal have a banging chance to win the Prem next year as well. I think even though I think Arsenal, there's a good chance they don't win the league this year. There's still a chance they don't win the league.
Yeah,
bro, I think next year they're gonna be right up there next year as well. So that's why like I kind of slow down on the Arteta needs to win a Premier League this season, because if they're competing to this degree, year out, why actually sack the manager? Unless there's a mad fall off, I don't think there's actually a reason to sack the manager. I had to sit down and think about this the other day. If they're competing, yes, Arteta needs to prove himself in terms of he needs to prove himself by winning some sort of silverware, and maybe he should have won a couple more domestics. But the Premier and the Champs are incredibly difficult to win. Yes. Arsenal like game week 29 are first, second every year. One of them's gonna happen. It's gonna happen one of the years. It's gonna
true.
Unless he drops off to sixth place, there's no reason to really sack the man. I don't really see it.
Listen.
But do you know what, Mons? Football's become a lot more about trolling than actual having constructive conversations. So let's be honest, that's what's going on really. Like if a manager finishes second, you got to sack him because he's been there for 4 or 5 years or whatever. Like, what are we talking about here, man? Everything has just changed. You must. But he has no experience. People are talking about he's the first season in the Champions League. They're talking about this is your best chance. What are we doing here? Like, it's his first season in the Champions League. If he does it, fantastic. But the pressure that the rivals are trying to put on Arsenal and the manager is just crazy to me.
I think rivals are allowed. I think there's no police in that. I think if you're
Chelsea, that's fine, and I'll probably do the same.
Yeah. I'm talking about Arsenal fans that are Arteta out. Like, I'm not saying
Arteta is not getting sacked purely for the fact that what you have to remember is that it's for Arteta for himself. Yes, he has aspirations. Yes, he wants to win. He's had the money to do so, and he wants to win. But the reality of it is, you have to remember, their board has just done a rebrand at the end of the day, and as long as he finishes in the Champions League spots and that, they're happy with that because that's how they've always been. So. I mean, I don't see Arteta getting sacked anytime soon. I think he has aspirations to win the league, and he can win it. Yeah, if they're going to continue to back him and get him players that he wants. But in reality, there's no reason in hell why Arteta is getting sacked in the next 3 years as it stands. There's nobody that can. There's no reason you could turn around and say Arteta is going to get sacked.
Yeah, no, it's true. No, it's definitely true. By the way, guys, it's 815 of you in the building. I asked like about half an hour or so ago. If you haven't done so, that means about 600 of you or so haven't even liked this video yet. And that's if you like the video, though. If you actually like the stream, then there's no reason not to like the video, right? And also subscribe to all these guys in the pin in the description. You can see it everywhere. And if Traps wants to add his he's got TikTok and stuff like that, then go follow Traps. It's pretty much in his name right there. But yeah, you know what? I think football, is going to be back next year, slightly, next couple of years. I think it's going to be highly competitive. I think Bayern get better. I think Barcelona are going to start getting better because obviously their situation gets better. I think Man United, maybe that's still if or buts. Same with Chelsea, if or buts. Let's see what happens there. Arsenal going to get better. Man City's going to get better. Liverpool, it's going to be a whole brand new process of Liverpool. So that's in itself is quite decent as well. You know, they probably get Champions League.
Barcelona might be getting too sure. Are you sure they get better?
Maybe. I think a lot of teams start, get a little bit better. Yeah, I don't see why Inter Milan fall off anytime soon. I think Spurs get better as well, in my opinion. In theory, but yeah, look, I think football might be a good change for next year. Anyways, football slightly cooked, but yeah, at the moment, maybe that's because your team's in the mud. Is that the reason why football's cooked? Reaper, you support Chelsea. I feel sorry for you. Aya says, but once, even if we get knocked out of the Champions League this year, we've gained that experience as well, right?
Not enough to win it.
Fair enough. Aya says, any Arsenal fans saying Arteta out, if we don't win and nothing, is clearly speaking on emotions. How does it make any sense to jump into the manager search pot with the likes of Chelsea, United, Bayern, Liverpool, etc.? Probably looking for a new management appointment. Makes sense as well. Yeah. But yeah, man, look, let's move the conversation on a little bit to Man City. I can't lie. Like, Ederson's out for somewhat 4 weeks. in the league, in the at least the first leg of the Champions League, depending who they get, it could be huge, you know. But obviously, Ortega's a good enough. I think he's a good enough replacement. And what I see with outright, like I feel like social media will always remain the same in it, reactionary, right? Ederson being out, I wouldn't say he's the end of the world. But LB, what would you say for your team anyway? Because Ederson and Grealish being out, I would say is quite pivotal at this moment of time. And I know he's meant to be back soon as well.
Yeah, no, the Ederson thing, man. Like, I don't think you'll find many
coming up. This is the whole build
yeah,
up.
Yeah. No, the Grealish thing's fair, but like the whole Ederson thing, I don't think you'll find too many City fans who are like, you know,
some City fans actually hate him for some reason. They don't like him. Ederson, like there's like this rift between that Ederson's no good that he should be replaced. Maybe it's from the younger fan base.
Yeah, that's wild. No, I'm completely calm with Ortega. He's pretty solid backup goalkeeper. So yeah, I don't have a problem with that. The Grealish one for me, we need Grealish back for Arsenal, man. We do need him back. We need someone that can hold the ball up because we're just not quite cooking. Yeah, and we need to beat Arsenal. I've said we don't beat Arsenal. I think it's going to be very difficult for us to win the league. Very, very difficult. So for me, I'm saying that's a must-win game. You know, Liverpool are going to beat Brighton at home, so they'll be 4 points ahead of us by the time we play Arsenal. We got to beat them. You know, we draw against them with 3 points behind, but with an inferior goal difference. So we got to find 4 points from 9 games. After that, by the way, we play Villa. You know what I mean, so yeah, I think this next game against Arsenal, I think whoever loses, if it ends up in a draw, it's maybe slightly different. But whoever loses, I think their chances of winning the Prem dramatically decrease. If it's a draw.
Would you say this is more of a must-win game for City? Then I think every game is a must-win, but because of Liverpool and what they've got going on, I think even if this is a draw and Liverpool win, I think Liverpool go and I can't lie, man.
It's more it's more of a must-win for City because we're behind Arsenal and Liverpool, and we got the worst goal difference out of the 3. So yeah, City's a must-win game for us. But even for Arsenal, I think if they draw, you know, Liverpool will go 2 points clear of them. Then you got to ask questions about like, where are Liverpool dropping points? And then people can then start saying, oh, they might drop points here, they might drop points there. But then Arsenal are probably going to drop points as well. So is City. So, you know, I think for me, yeah, at the end of the day, there's 10 games left. And before you know it, there'll be 6 games left. Like we're running out of time. Like it's not, we're not in fucking December. We're not in November. Like we're in fucking March, mate. And I got one more game in March in the Prem, then I'm in April. Like, this is it now. Like, there's no room for error, you know what I mean? So for me, I think City got to win the game. I think if we lose, for me, that's pretty much title over. We should focus on the Champions League. If we draw, you're still in with a chance, but it still ain't looking good. Because, you know, if we draw, yeah, what they'll go, what, 3 points ahead of us? Is that right? If Liverpool win, they'll go 4 points ahead. We draw, they'll be 3 points ahead. But they've got the better goal difference. So even if Liverpool lose and City win on a match week, we're still behind them on goal difference. So then you need Liverpool to lose a game and then drop points in another game, all while having a perfect record with only 9 games to go. No, it's not happening, man. I'll say it now. If City don't win that game, I think we got to focus on the Champions League.
I think the 4 games, yeah, you have to look at, yeah, is obviously the City Arsenal game. And all 3 of them against Spurs. Because Arsenal gonna have a tough time against Spurs, yeah. Because obviously it's derby match, whatnot. But I feel like them 4 games, Spurs ain't got them one after each other, have they?
I think so.
It's one after the other. Yeah, mad.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Mad.
So yeah, that's
they might be putting a body bag after that.
Might be some hope for Man United yet. You know what I'm saying?
So I think, but obviously, what you have to remember, yeah, obviously, look. I'm not even going to speak about Man United because I don't know why Cass is doing that.
High impression.
He's trying to draw you out, bro.
But yeah, the Spurs game, the Spurs games are going to be, if they're one after each other, I think they're the 4 games you got to be watching. And if whoever comes out of them games unscathed wins the Premier League. To be fair, that's what I think.
Man said Tottenham have got the keys.
They have.
They got the keys.
Tottenham have because they play good. Let's be honest about it. If anyone's going to give a City a go, it's going to be Spurs. If anyone's going to give Arsenal a go, it's going to be Spurs. Yeah. So that's the 2 games there, and obviously City and Arsenal got to play each other. But to be honest with you, if you actually look at it, I just feel like Liverpool is just going to be like just watching them slug it out. You know what I mean? Walking past it. I just feel, I think.
And they owe Tottenham one as well. Liverpool owe Tottenham one. So
we owe
Liverpool
one as well, man. When they come to Old Trafford, I'm telling you, they're getting a draw. We get a draw, minimum.
Yeah,
minimum.
I listen. Look, what are you talking about? You talking about in the FA Cup or what?
No, they beat us in the FA Cup, I reckon. But in the Premier League, minimum, as I said, draw minimum.
I don't know, man. I think if
they both home games,
got any chance,
if
we got any chance of beating Liverpool, I think it's going to be in the FA Cup. To be honest with you, you know what I mean?
No,
you know,
we ain't got Lissandro back.
There's a lot of giant killers in the FA Cup. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Right now we're minnows, so you know what I mean.
We failed to stop City in their tracks last year. That was our fault, to get in that treble. We have to stop Liverpool from getting a second league title. There is just a Premier League title, sorry. So, or they're 20 or 20. It hurt. It will. If Liverpool win this title, you do not understand. It will hurt me deeply. Bro.
What you have to remember as well, if you actually look at the reality of things, if you look at how many times Liverpool have been skanked this season, they should be so clear of this Premier League, bro. That's why I think they're going to win it, to be honest.
Nah, but we've all been skanked.
No, we're not allowed to say that. Traps, we're not allowed to say
we've been skanked too, bro. We've been skanked too. Let's not do that, Traps, man.
See, Traps, you're not allowed to say Liverpool have been skanked. You're not allowed to say that.
What? No. Graham,
but that implies like they're the only team that's been skanked, and that's bullshit.
I'm not implying that, but I'm saying some of the skanks that they've had is absolutely horrendous. You know what I mean?
But the result of the skanks is drop points, and we've all been in that same situation. That's what I'm saying. I hear you because there may be a more high profile, but
no. We've had it the worst.
Oh, can you imagine? You finish 1 or 2 points behind, whether it's City or Arsenal. Let's just say that's the case. And because of that VAR, no, let's just say that actual VAR disgusting mistake that robbed your 3 points. Oh, please do this. I need this to happen.
But the thing is, it's like,
please, I'm manifesting it. I need this to happen.
They never listen. It's not even a Liverpool thing. If Arsenal were the team this happened to, they'll be saying the same thing. Violence, we don't care. It happens to everyone. Like, it's not a Liverpool thing. It's whatever team it happens to. People are gonna take the piss and be tribalistic and get the violins out. It just needs to be better for football in general. You know,
I do agree with Kunle, but some of them decisions are fucking ridiculous, man. I'm not gonna lie, like some of them are ridiculous. Like
last year, it's true. What happened to Brentford and Arsenal last year with when they should have beat them, and that was a bump. That was a big change in the Arsenal season. You know what we should do? We should just do what everyone else does. We should just blame City, man, and paying off refs. Like, why not? Got nothing else to go with, right?
Fuck it.
Yeah, just do it.
But we get blamed for everything else. Might as well, innit?
Might as well just add another charge. Why not? You know, that's 1-1-2. No, that's another
first case anyway. So you know,
it's just annoying. I'm a Liverpool. I'm obviously going to be tribalistic. I'm just annoyed it's happened in 3 Big 6 clashes. Like 3 Big 6 clashes, 3 horrendous decisions, and it's like, oh well, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, man, look, we're gonna end it there. Anyways, that was quite good. Big up LB. You can find the channel in the pinned and Monsters and Big 6 bands on the road to 10, and obviously Tunnel TV as well. They got many subscribers as it is. It's a joke. Follow Traps as well, and if you want to go on TikTok, Traps MUFC, or I think it's Traps Booming, because either one. But yeah, man, in the description you can find them everywhere. Big up for all of them coming on as well. I hope you lot were entertained, and we'll be back tonight as well with another subject. But yeah, in a bit. Thank you very much, and yeah.